Right, hello everybody, I'm Sean, and today I'm here starting a Let's Play of the game Mind Path to Thalamus. If you haven't seen it yet, I did a review of it, which should be up on the channel way before this, and I enjoyed this game so much that I think I'm going to play through it. It should only take like 2.5 to 3 hours now that I know how to play it, and how to beat the puzzles and stuff. So, should only be 4 or 5 episodes, but it's a really nice game, and I hope you enjoy watching it. I probably won't talk that much during it because a lot of it is just about like experiencing it and the environments and stuff. But obviously I will go through what I'm doing and the thinking and stuff. But we'll start from the beginning and you can see what you think.
How many times will I kill her?
Sophia!
So we start off in this
God damn it! Not again!
in this town. No idea why we're here, but
Sophia!
bloody hell, it looks cool. So unfortunately there is this
Shouldn't have taken her here.
heading towards us.
Shit!
So we're going to head down to our house.
Sophia! Where are you? Call out to me, please! Sophia! Sweetie, do not go outside!
God damn it!
Sophia, baby, please. Please, baby, don't do this to me. Where are you? Sophia!
So as you probably will have noticed, Sophia is our daughter, and yeah, we couldn't find her.
How many times will I kill her? I've asked myself that question 1,000 times. It was always there, flying around my head like my own personal vulture, waiting for me to die and scavenge my corpse. It was the only thing I could think about when I ended up in that hospital bed. But
By the way,
I
it's meant
can't
to be
really
this
blame
blow.
the tornado, can I? What can you expect from a force of nature? I was the one who chased it. My obsession. I deserved to be in that bed, neither dead nor alive. I had screwed with destiny, and it screwed me right back. Fair deal. It was also reassuring to know that I couldn't harm anybody else, as long as I was in a coma. That was the type of nonsense I had to tell myself to keep me on the path. For all those years, I'd hated my father almost as much as myself for what happened to my little sister. And then I go and do the same thing to my own daughter. My own Sophia. And they say things never change. Cynics. What do they know? I put Sophia in danger, taking her with me on the job. Severe weather phenomena. It's more exciting than it sounds. Extreme weather. There's some radical 90s slang for you. My reckless father had done the same thing with Sophia and I. At least this time she didn't suffer. Well, had I known. But I didn't. Not yet. It wasn't really a choice for me to make. I will never know what lies beyond the red light. But I had this sneaking suspicion that I never could have known anyway, that any pretense of free choice was merely an illusion. I could only accept the path that was laid down before me.
So yeah, that path's a little creepy, so we're gonna head down here.
Her drawing. The first of many. It had been too long since Sophia had been more than a whisper screaming in the back of my mind, but I could still recognize it. I admit, at that moment, hope started to flourish inside me. Where would the drawings lead me? Was my little sister alive in this world?
I really like this bit. The first time I played it, it was creeping me out so much. Well, that's interesting. Didn't see that the first time. So now the puzzles begin.
Like my father before me, I had spent all my life studying weather phenomena. I thought I was different. I thought I was doing it to pay my debt to Sophia. I was wrong. But all that work couldn't have been for nothing. I was told my very first published study on the hazards of road fog was all sorts of helpful. I was rather proud of that one. And now, of course, to get to Sophia, I had to bend fog to my will. That'd be the first of many, too.
So what we have here is this big ball of fog which is blocking our way down this path. In Mind Path to Thalamus, these little wire balls are going to appear a lot, and these help us solve puzzles and get through the environment. But this big area here with the tree branching over it, if we go in, the fog disappears from the big circle and like dissipates around everywhere. So that's now a place you can get through. So if we try and get to it, it then resets itself. So when we're in this area we can get through, but when we move out we can't do it, so we use this ball instead, and when they're left in the area they also hold it on. We can find this path here and carry on. That's what these trees do. That's the first element we're going to have to try not to get hit by the train. And this is why this is one hell of a game. This place is so cool. It's amazing. It looks so beautiful.
Every decision creates ripples, countless unforeseen consequences. If we could see the inner workings of this infinity, we would mimic the deer that stands still to elude its predator. We wouldn't dare make a move. I couldn't see it, so I followed the path, and that kept me alive. But it did much more than that. Introspection can be far more scarring than any wound.
So yeah, the only thing we can do, like, you can walk for a while in any direction, but we have to follow the path that's laid out in front of us. And we just observe. Now this is one of the things that annoyed me a little bit about the game, is like this post. The first time I played it I was like, oh, that's cool, I wonder if there's like something hidden over there that most people won't go to because it's too far away. But unfortunately there's an invisible wall, so we can't go any further. So obviously there's not something over there, but it is still cool how far it goes. How cool it all looks. Look at that. Up on the bridge.
First, I saw myself reflected in the shallow sea, and I wept. Then fear found me deep in the bottomless belly of this world. Time unraveled in the forest. It was much later, in the world of ice, that I fought against the demons that had been passed down to me, father to son. And finally, on the heavens and at the sacred tree, the truth of my Maker. For all that, solitude and sorrow were my true, faithful companions in the path of Thalamus. They consumed the beauty of this realm, making it gray and hopeless. The only thing that mattered was moving forward. Only the path remained. How would I find her otherwise?
So we come to our first little puzzle. Basically trying to figure out what to do, but this isn't anything. Look at the reflection. It's so well done. I love it. So by activating this mirror, we're going to reflect the light through these posts, and it's going to hit this plant here, which moved it out the way, so we can head down into this area.
She was just a little kid, even more so than I, laughing away while playing on a swing set. I saw it coming before she did, and I ran and ran and ran and didn't look back until I was safe, all the way up in the tree. It was all over in a split second, no dramatic exit. And suddenly, she was gone.
So in these areas, obviously the cloud's going to disappear, and we have to try and get up to here so we can activate the mirror, and you can try and figure out yourself first. Look at that. Oh. The lighting's amazing in this game. But yeah, we can do this, and then if we jump out, whee! The bubbly thing is going to push us up. And we can jump up here. And carry on. Oh. Okay, so we've got mirrors. Mirror. Now, hopefully you've realised, or maybe you didn't, but if you look at what's actually standing and then the reflection, they're a little bit different. As you can see from this one, in the reflection there isn't actually a staircase at all, so that's why we can't reach this one. But, yeah, if you see the staircase here, there isn't one there, so there's no way for us to go up there. But you can see that there's one there, and then a path that leads all the way to the mirror. So we're going to have to go up this way, over to here, and then up to the mirror. That's going to be something we're going to have to use for a little bit, and when you first notice it, or when you first like get into the level and you're looking at it and you haven't quite realised what's wrong, but you realise that something is not quite right with the reflections and stuff, it's kind of cool when you realise. But yeah, that side's down, so go hit this one. It's going to activate some lights, reflect them round there, and then we've got quite a few more.
For her death?
Mirrors
The
to activate.
tsunami did what it did, no point in blaming God or fate. So I looked in the mirror as I had many times before, and reflected back on it. I saw guilt. My father shared some of the burden, but it was mine. My guilt. My fault.
So here we're going to have to kind of do the opposite to what the path is there at the moment. So when that one goes right, we go left. When that one goes left, we go right. There's the second one. They're all going into the middle there.
Had my own Sophia survived too, back home, or in this world? One had drowned, and the other. What are the odds of surviving the eye of the storm? There are few accounts. 1928, Greensburg, Kansas. A farmer saw the inside of a tornado. It was still as death, he said. Then it hissed. It actually screamed, and the hollowness was lit up by lightning. Was that the last thing my little girl had seen, I wondered? Death, screams, and God's thunder, the ire of the tornado.
One more to go. Then we'll try and figure out how to get in there and what it does. So if we go up, across. So basically we're going to go along the non-existent path.
I couldn't know. Not yet. Trapped in that world, the only thing I knew was my sister had survived in there. Somehow. I just had to let myself be led by her drawings and her light. The Thalamus was waiting for me, although I wouldn't see it and with it any sense of hope until I had emerged from the darkness of the cave. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
So I'll try and make sure the audio is loud enough for the game that you can hear everything he says, but that is one of the main parts of this, so if you aren't listening to it, then maybe this isn't the Let's Play for you, but it's very story based, so do listen to it. Take your own opinion. So we've got the same basic puzzle, but this time the ball isn't given to us, so we just get our first kind of instance of the game, letting us know that we can explore and just have a look around and see what's going on. So we're going to look around here, pick it up.
The sand between my toes. I hadn't paid attention to the feeling before, and now I couldn't. I didn't feel my body at all. My alarming lack of a physical presence was too much of an existential threat to handle, so I didn't.
That's why we can't see our toes. Ah.
Into the belly of the beast. Unlike Jonah's, mine was no big fish, but it was just as frightening, if not more so.
Just gonna turn my screen brightness up before this gets really dark.
Day and night, light and darkness. Convenient opposites to explain away complex realities. But can you blame them? Such powerful symbols. No wonder you'll find them in every story, every dogma. These sweet lies are easier to swallow, easier to live by rather than admitting that life is rarely so simple.
Can't get down there, so... Left or right?
All of this sounds pretty cheesy or lame, I'm sure. And it is. But honest truths tend to sound like that. We are so unfamiliar with them. In that coma, in that cave, in the dark, it was the only thing
go
of
down there.
consequence.
I'm just gonna have a look around. I'm gonna go check out where the right one goes. Because I think I went this way the first time. I have no idea if it goes anywhere different. But I feel like exploring. Showing off more of the game. Because obviously the puzzles aren't going to take that long for me to complete this time. What is this? Who? Oh, okay. Here we find our next kind of stance change sort of thing.
Light and darkness are absolutes. Absolutes are easy, and easy is boring. But mix them up, and you will find my fascination follows suit. It is at night that we value the sun, the light in the dark. That's what holds my attention, and that's what I yearn for in the cavern. But my hunger was not sated. Not yet. I starved for light.
So when we enter these... I thought they were flowers the first time, but they're not, they're crystals. So when we enter these crystals, it goes from day to night. And as you will notice, this ball here is only visible at night. And we can in fact only pick it up at night. So we're going to need to get over there, but be down here, which is confusing. But we'll head back to the left way and go delve deeper into the cave. It's still there, maybe? There is an achievement for finding something in the cave, but I guess it's not this one. Oh, no, wrong way. Maybe? I'm confused. There we go. Maybe I just need to go further around. Okay, that's too dark. I'm not going to go that way. Ah, got a bit deep. Luckily I know we don't get submerged in the water, so I'm not going to freak out. And have to like... yeah. So that's good. Right, we're going to like siphon ourselves off to this path. This is the waterfall we saw a minute ago. And... luckily this game does have like gravity, so... we drop that here in a sec. This area is now down below us, so... by left clicking we can drop this and it will fall into that area as friction, so it's not going to roll off, and it's now night time. Now if you're bloody man enough to go in there just straight up, go you. I'm not, so I'm going to do it properly. We're going to go get this little torch thing. And by picking this up, as you can see, it kind of lights our way. And this will help us traverse through the cave without just running into a wall and not realizing it. And then getting stuck. And never finding our way out. But yeah. And now the creepy music starts. Left or right? Oh my. Ah.
I knew I had to follow the music, yet I expected something else to go with it.
I've played this
I thought
before
that
and it's
fear
still
would find
freaking
me
me
and
the
keep me
crap out.
petrified there forever. Yes, I felt alone and helpless, but the narrative conventions of fear-inducing darkness were not fulfilled. No deep-seated trauma reared its ugly head. Not yet.
Now, there's probably something in there you can find for an achievement. That's probably where you have to find the bed, but no, not for me, not today. And the reason I'm like seemingly looking at the ceiling is so I can look under this ball, because if I put it in the middle I can't actually see where I'm going. So I'm just holding it up so I can look out of the bottom half of my screen, just in case you're thinking I'm retarded. Well, there is that, but anything up here? Nope. Down we go.
Everything was formless and void. Darkness was upon me. And so I said, let there
Aha!
be light.
Mine.
And there was light.
See, it's my annoyance. Because if this ball was like in the bottom middle of your screen, you could just walk forwards and it'd be fine. Okay, so we gotta go down there for a puzzle. Let's just go check out if there's anything down the bottom of here. If it leads anywhere at all. Okay, this is getting creepy. I'm gonna back up. Pick this up. Yeah, got a light now. Screw you, fog. Not today. It's getting smaller and... okay, we can't get through that. But worth checking out. Just in case.
Fresh air again. I wish I'd been able to feel it.
Okay, so we got one of these. We're just gonna make the big circly thing here disappear. Then we could maybe go down there. Have a look. So, drop that in there. Okay, so there's not actually anything here, it's just this thing. So that's not helping us at all. So we'll pick this back up. Yep.
I had to use my brain for this one. It was just like that famous song from Bob Dylan.
Okay, we can... luckily we can get across that, but there isn't anything here, so... head round. And the path down here is in fact blocked by this. So we need to be on this side, but... so cool. We need to be on this side when it disappears, but we need it open to like allow us to get across. So for this, run. So the ball rolled down the hill and then dropped in the area after we'd got across, which allows us to get through. And it breaks, and now we can see. Just hop down here. This bit gets a little bit creepy. Not just yet, but...
Was the picture on the wall always a red rose? Memories are a funny thing. They are gateways to our past. They are all connected, yet they don't really work both ways. Enter deep into a memory and it will lead you to another. But this one will not take you back. Treacherous things, memories. You can easily get trapped by them, but I wouldn't. I told myself my memories always led me to Sophia eventually, and this time it would help me find her at the end of the journey. The Thalamus.
Okay, so we got these lights leading our way. Dead end. Just gonna get round. Oh. Did that do anything? It did. That's a dead end. So. Okay. So this doorway here, as you saw a minute ago, when we go to nighttime, they glow. So we're going to see what happens when we go up to one when it's glowing. We'll put that there. Yeah, this you can't get across, just in case you were wondering. But now that it's nighttime, it's a little bit more difficult to get through this. So we've got to use the dots in our memory to get through this maze. Okay. Managed to do that first time this time. And it has teleported us to this one. But unfortunately there's no way to get back over there. There's no path. I'm not just going to jump off the edge for no reason. So I guess we'll head back, see if we've missed something. But it's actually taken us here. So we can carry on. So these gateways work in a strange way. They have like an order. So if there's 3 of them, they'll take you round in a circle. But we'll carry on here.
That was the second sign of corruption. It would eventually spread throughout the whole world, but for now I was safe. For the most part.
So those things will appear every now and then, and they kill you. But we managed to survive.
I was about to see the light again, but it was more than that. At long last, I would see the Thalamus, the sacred tree, the root and end of it all. From the moment I saw it, I knew there was something intangible about it. But I also knew it was my destination. That's where I would find her. That's where I would be forgiven. A long and difficult journey separated me from Sophia, but I was ever closer to the Thalamus.
Right, I think I'm going to end it there for this first episode. Next episode we'll go through and you can see the next epic place that we get to walk about in. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed, and the next episode will be up tomorrow, I guess. And hopefully see you then.